So let's move on to the season premiere of the surprise from last season, which is iZombie. Full spoilers for season 2, episode 1, entitled "Grumpy Old Liv." Liv eats a cantankerous old man's brain to learn the details of his death. Ravi thinks Major is experiencing a side effect of the cure. Liv visits Blaine. So like I said, this was the big surprise for us last season. We all ended up really liking the show, and here we are with season 2. So what'd you guys think of this one?
It was solid. I had a lot of fun with this. Liv being a grumpy old man is good fun, shouting out things like whippersnappers, and I don't think she ever actually says "get off my lawn," but she may as well have. There was.
She tells a couple of guys on skateboards to turn their hats around and pull their pants up.
Yeah,
that's fun. How about all of the slight
the racist stuff?
The racist comments that she just kept.
My favorite one was when she's like, "Oh, it's that one guy." And he's like, "How do you know? Did you get a vision?" No, but he sags his pants and he wears black t-shirts. Obviously, he's the one that did it. That's so ridiculous.
Actually, I wonder, obviously the cop, and I still don't know half the characters' names, but the cop, he must be noticing every so often she acts weird, and she she has these different personalities, right? And because she specifically says something that's slightly racist at one point in this episode, he must be picking up on it a little bit now and be like, what's going on?
I would hope so. Whenever, after knowing her for this long and her going, "Don't worry, you're one of the good ones."
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to walk away and pretend you didn't say that.
Yeah. It was pretty good, but I felt like it was a little too serious. I think it was because it's picking up some of the things that happened from the end of last season. Obviously, with the situation with the brother and the family, and then Major's not talking to her, and so things in general are just not looking very good. That's probably why, but it was a little bit more depressing than the. Because usually there was 6 people still die, but it was usually really fun and still really upbeat somehow still. So, and this wasn't quite as much, but it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like you were saying, it's a little bit of a victim of picking up the pieces from where we ended last season. That's the problem with any premiere, really, is, all right, well, how do we deal with the shit that we kind of laid out there for us to write ourselves out of the corner of? And yeah, a lot of the stuff with the brother is, she kind of talks around it by saying, I could have said I had a heroin problem or whatever, and she would have forgiven me, but she just didn't do that. And I didn't quite understand why she didn't just, she's still lying by omission. Yeah, she's still lying by omission, so.
AIDS or herpes or something. She could have come with some disease. I have something, and I can't,
Hey, I was, really casually dating there for a bit, and I didn't want to accidentally give my brother herpes or whatever other thing. I don't know.
But that could actually happen.
Yeah, it totally is.
Thing to be worried about.
Yeah. I don't know. That seemed a little weird to me, but I assume that they went with old man brains just to kind of throw off the rest of everything, but it didn't amount to something, usually her eating somebody's brains, especially when something big's happening in her family or with a job or whatever, it ties in somehow. It does that house moment where it's like, oh right, I just needed to think about it in this other from this other angle in order to understand this problem better. And with this, it was just like, well, I was old and crotchety for the whole episode, and then at the end I was like, I just decided not to be old and crotchety and go be a good sister.
Honestly, I think I kind of like that. I like that for once it didn't magically tie in a perfect way to the story that was going on with her, personally, because I did that every episode last season. It's actually kind of nice that once in a while there maybe just be one where it doesn't just happen to just synchronize.
Yeah, that's I wasn't saying this is a huge diss, more of a curious observation. They could be, leading to the show making some more substantial changes, maybe especially with that cop, like you guys are kind of hinting at.
Cop, and also look at the evil roommate reveal at the end who's working for Max Rager dude. And, of course, Major is now a zombie hitman.
Yeah, he's full vigilante now.
Yeah.
Killing dudes, throwing them off fucking bridges.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck anymore.
So that's happened. But of course, I think perhaps my favourite line of the episode was perhaps Sliv looking at the guy's t-shirt that said t-shirts are passe or whatever it said. He's like, you're wearing a t-shirt. I know it's supposed to be ironic. Your t-shirt's stupid.
Yeah, she had a lot of good lines.
She did.
Yeah, ultimately, this was a fun season premiere, and I mean, we're gonna keep up with it. Definitely, it's still same fun show.
Yeah, and this is 22 episodes now instead of the 13.
It might be, depends if they pick up the back order, but
yeah, right now I think it's only guaranteed for the 13, but it could be more. Honestly, I mean, I'm
13
down
was
for
fine.
more. Yeah,
Well,
13 I would prefer for most every show, just because then you don't get a whole lot of filler. But yeah, if they did 22, that could be cool, but it could also be detrimental. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to see.
Alan.